Imagine a city completely overtaken by a bizarre and terrifying illness that defies explanation. People dancing uncontrollably in the streets day and night, unable to stop no matter how hard they tried. Their faces contorted in pain and exhaustion, showing the toll this relentless dance was taking on them. Their bodies twisting and jerking in unnatural ways, driven by an unseen and inexplicable force. This was the city of Strasbourg during the summer of 1518, gripped by the baffling and deadly phenomenon known as the dancing plague. This wasn't a joyous celebration or a festival. It was a living nightmare for those involved. Hundreds of people were afflicted by this strange condition, their lives consumed by the relentless and unending rhythm of the plague. The dancing plague of 1518 remains one of history's most perplexing and enigmatic mysteries. What could have driven ordinary people to dance themselves to the point of death? Was it a medical anomaly, a social phenomenon, or perhaps something even more sinister and unknown? Join me as we delve deeply into this strange and disturbing chapter of human history, seeking answers to this haunting mystery. It all began in the sweltering heat of July with a solitary woman named Frau Troffea, who would soon become infamous. She stepped into a narrow cobblestone street in Strasbourg and, without any warning, began to dance with an eerie fervor. There was no music to accompany her, no celebration to justify her actions, only the growing intensity of her wild, unrestrained movements. Her steps were erratic and unpredictable, her face contorted with a strange and unsettling mix of agony and ecstasy. She danced for hours on end, then days, completely oblivious to the world and the people around her. At first, the townspeople were merely curious, then they found themselves amused by the bizarre spectacle. But as Frau Troffea's solitary dance continued without pause, a chilling realization began to dawn on the onlookers. This was no ordinary dance, no mere act of whimsy or madness. It was something far more sinister, something that defied explanation. Within a matter of days, others inexplicably joined her, as if compelled by an invisible and irresistible force. The plague had begun its terrifying and unstoppable spread. As the dancing plague tightened its relentless grip on the city of Strasbourg, fear among the citizens quickly turned into a palpable sense of desperation. The city council, both baffled and deeply alarmed by the inexplicable phenomenon, turned to a variety of remedies in a desperate bid to find a solution. Physicians were consulted, but their attempts at bloodletting and other traditional treatments proved utterly useless against the mysterious affliction. Some people blamed the condition on an excess of hot blood, while others believed it to be the result of demonic possession. In their desperation, various cures were attempted, ranging from forced pilgrimages to holy sites to confinement within sacred shrines. Musicians were even hired to play soothing melodies, in the hope that the calming music might break the spell that had taken hold of the dancers. Wooden stages were erected in an attempt to contain the dancers, but the relentless rhythm of their movements continued unabated. Despite all efforts, every attempt to stop the dancing plague proved to be utterly futile. The city watched in horror as the afflicted individuals danced themselves into a state of exhaustion and ultimately to their tragic deaths. The narrow, winding streets of Strasbourg transformed into an eerie stage for a macabre and unsettling spectacle. Men, women, and even children, all caught in the relentless grip of the dancing plague, moved with a fury that seemed to have no end. Their faces, twisted into grotesque parodies of joy, betrayed the deep agony and suffering they were enduring. Muscles spasmed uncontrollably and bodies contorted in unnatural ways, driven by an unseen and malevolent force. Many dancers eventually succumbed to sheer exhaustion, heart attacks or strokes, their bodies broken by the relentless and unforgiving rhythm. Those who witnessed the plague firsthand spoke of a sight so terrible it haunted their memories. The stench of sweat mingled with the palpable fear permeated the air, creating an oppressive atmosphere. The constant rhythmic drumming of feet on the cobblestone streets echoed hauntingly through the otherwise empty and silent city. The dancing plague was a terrifying and unforgettable spectacle, a gruesome dance of death that left an indelible and haunting mark on the city of Strasbourg. Section 5. the bread or the mind. The cause of the dancing plague remains an enigma even after the passage of several centuries. Some scholars and historians point to ergot poisoning, which is a fungal contamination of rye bread, as a potential culprit behind the bizarre phenomenon. Ergot contains a psychoactive substance that is chemically similar to LSD, which could potentially explain the hallucinations and uncontrolled movements observed during the plague. Others propose that mass psychogenic illness, also known as mass hysteria, might be the underlying cause of the strange events. This theory suggests that the dancing plague was a social phenomenon, a collective delusion fueled by the stress, fear, and religious fervor of the time. Could a shared delusion, driven by the intense emotions of the period, have gripped an entire city? Or was there a more tangible, albeit bizarre, explanation that we have yet to uncover? The dancing plague continues to fascinate and baffle researchers to this day, its true origins remaining shrouded in mystery and speculation. Section 6. Echoes in the Modern World. The dancing plague of 1518 may seem like a distant and bizarre anomaly from a bygone era, but it holds unsettling relevance and eerie parallels for our modern world today. We live in an age of information overload, immense social pressure, and constant digital connectivity. Our minds are bombarded with an incessant stream of news, opinions, anxieties, and fears from all corners of the globe. Could these overwhelming factors create the perfect breeding ground for a modern-day outbreak of mass hysteria or collective delusion? The dancing plague serves as a stark reminder of the immense power of the human mind, both for good and for ill, shaping our perceptions and actions. It also highlights the inherent fragility of human societies and the ease with which fear, uncertainty, and panic can spread like wildfire through a community. Section 7. The Unanswered Questions. The dancing plague of 1518 continues to haunt us with its myriad of unanswered questions that baffle historians and scientists alike. Why did it choose Strasbourg as its stage? What were the underlying causes that triggered this bizarre phenomenon, and why did it come to such an abrupt and mysterious halt? Was it a rare medical anomaly, a unique social phenomenon, or perhaps a chilling combination of both that we have yet to fully understand? Could such an inexplicable event happen again in our modern times, and if it did, are we any better equipped to comprehend and treat it effectively? The dancing plague serves as a stark reminder of the many mysteries that still lurk within the depths of the human mind and body, waiting to be uncovered. It is a haunting story of inexplicable suffering, remarkable resilience, and the enduring power of the unknown that continues to captivate our imagination. Section 8. Could it happen again? In our modern age of rapid scientific advancement and technological progress, it's easy to dismiss the dancing plague as nothing more than a relic of a superstitious and unenlightened past. But is it truly beyond the realm of possibility for such a bizarre and inexplicable phenomenon to occur again in our contemporary society? The human mind, with all its intricacies and complexities, remains a largely unpredictable and enigmatic entity. We are still highly susceptible to the powerful influences of stress, fear, and the phenomenon of social contagion, which can spread rapidly through communities. While the exact causes of the dancing plague continue to elude us, the underlying conditions that allowed it to flourish in the past may very well still exist in our world today. The dancing plague serves as a stark and haunting reminder of the fragility of our understanding of the human mind and the potential for bizarre and terrifying events to erupt, even in our modern, seemingly rational world. Section 9. The Enduring Mystery. The dancing plague of 1518, a bizarre and terrifying event that swept through the streets of Strasbourg, continues to fascinate and haunt us even centuries later, leaving historians and scientists alike puzzled. It stands as a testament to the profound mysteries of the human mind and body, and the enduring power of the unknown that still captivates our curiosity and imagination. The dancing plague is a story that defies easy explanation. A chilling reminder that even in our age of scientific advancement and technological progress, there are some mysteries that may never be fully unraveled or understood. It is a story that continues to capture our imaginations, forcing us to confront the darker possibilities of human behavior and the enduring power of the unknown, which remains as enigmatic as ever.